very grateful for the opportunity given unto me that I should talk about labor. I'll make it very brief. If you don't labor, will you get a husband? Before you get a wife, if you don't labor, will you get a wife? All these things that there is something that has to be done by our personal efforts. If I don't look for the woman, I don't shine my eyes, I won't get, the woman may not come to me, oh, very often we get women coming to the men, that you are my husband. No. So he sees the lady and then tries to make approach gradually. I don't know of the current one, but those days, that is how it is. They may even go behind you, labor, tell the parent, they'll go and find how your family is before they'll even ever make the approach. Now, I don't know. But that is what happened in our own colonial. That he's going through some pain within himself. He feels very restless. In fact, some men, even doctors, who are there to help the patient, they can be climbing the stairs. You see them climbing stairs. You see them going up and down just because their wife is in labor. And the woman is there. The whole system is in trouble. Her mind, every aspect. It's not just the system. The whole system of the woman is in trouble. Why? Because she's going through some pain. And when we talk of pain, if you have, even when you are cooking, or a little vapor comes on you, you still have painful eating. If you kick your leg against a stone accidentally, you know how painful. But this time around, your whole concentration is on that pain because you are expecting a joy. A joy that you cannot even tell. But the moment the joy comes is when you see your baby. So when we talk of the labor pain, you can imagine, it starts gradually. Are we getting it? It doesn't just start. In fact, labor starts when as soon as you are about 36, you start feeling that there is some pain that comes on. It is not a painful situation. You start giving you sign that you are reaching time when the labor can come. So the uterus can be becoming hard, which we call this contraction. But it's not a painful thing. It goes on, till when you reach 10, and the time of the baby wants to come, then the pain now comes. But I tell you, some people's pain at that stage is like labor pain. It's like labor pain. So if you don't understand, you think that false pain she's pretending. No. In this particular floor, yes, I'm talking. Some clients come at times. All the women will say, Auntie, sister, let's her go and see the doctor. We don't mind. I'll be smiling. And the way the woman will be having the pain, all the other women, they'll say, let her go in. Don't, it isn't yet her turn. She will go and come back. It's not labor. But she's in bare pain. And until the baby will just come out now. She will go and come so many weeks after before she will deliver. So that one is what sister is talking that you can have false pain at times, even when the labor starts. So normally the doctor examines, when I was there, we used to examine here. So you don't have to come to the labor ward. You examine you here, then when we settle you, then you can go. Do you understand? But the actual labor pain, when it starts with different signs. It depends on the individual. My own sign can be different from your own sign to start with. Some people's labor pain will start with diarrhea even at times. The person may have diarrhea. Then it means she's going to get into labor. You may not know. Somebody's own, the actual contraction that makes the pain very painful is the contraction of the uterus. What it means is that it's going to be hardened. When it's hardening, all that the uterus is saying is that your time of rent has expired. Come out and let me get another tenant inside. That is all the uterus is saying. Because you can't cheat data. The moment your time is, it gets hardened, try to push the baby out. And in that contraction, it's very painful. So when it starts something like, it will come gradually. At times you may see your wife. At times she's doing something, then she may stop like this. Then you'll be watching and say, you may not talk. You start saying, what is happening to her? She will continue working. She may stop again. It means that pain is disturbing her a little. But she's trying to manage herself. These days in particular, why a lot of men are concerned, not in those days. The woman is very active, going up and down, maybe even selling in the market, going to the farm. The man may be carrying that gun on the shoulder. He sees the wife working, but she's actually in pain. The only thing the woman may say, when she listen, please, I'll finish eating. Can you put some water on fire for me? Then that tells the man that this woman is going to deliver tonight. She will go and sleep a little earlier. So when the pain comes, she can endure. But now, thank God, the men are around. They are, because of education, they have also read. So they detect it early in the life of the woman. So, honey, can I help you? Oh, I'll manage. Then some of them who have read, they'll start rubbing the back of the woman, gently even at home. But then all of them have that heart. So when the pain comes on like that, it's painful. Then you see your baby rise like this. The tummy will rise, then it falls. It rises, it falls. So it is not, that's what we tell the woman, start counting. How many times does it rise and fall? And how strong is the pain? The pain may start lasting about 10 seconds. It will stop. Another 10 seconds. Maybe within 10 minutes, it may happen just twice. In that aspect, we are encouraging you that because labor is going to start eating something heavy. So that when the pain comes, because you can't eat so heavy till again. Are you getting it? So that pain comes on. All of us say, after 10 minutes, now the pain is continual. Maybe after 30 minutes or 1 hour, the pain now increases and the duration is longer than that 10 seconds. It may increase to 50, it may increase to 20 seconds. The same woman, she's going through that, then you see that the pain is increasing. And then the strength is increasing, the hardness of the abdomen is increasing. So it is these things that are causing the pain, the contraction, because even if you get a muscle pull, you see how painful. Who has ever had a muscle pull? You see how painful it is. And now it's now your tummy. So the whole system is disturbed. Initially you may be smiling. By the time the pain reaches about 30 seconds, and about 3 times in 10 minutes, the smile goes off a little. You may still be smiling, but the smile may not be like before. Your face changes. Do you understand? Then the man who may not have experienced it, hey, what is happening to you today? I'm talking to you and not minding me. What is happening? It's because she's experienced that, but she's enduring. That is why the women endure. Are you getting it? She's trying to endure. She may like to put her head on you, if you are available. She may like you to just hug on you. She may even at the point, she may even kneel by the dining table like this. You can ask, like me, I'll say I'm praying. That's all that. A visitor case. So what did I say? I'm just praying. The visitor understood more than the man himself. He quickly left. He said, I'm going, I'll see you later. It was later he got to know that because that one has had a child before. He knew that, oh, I'm praying means that I'm in pain and I'm just trying to rest myself. The visitor understood, so he quickly left that he should manage me. But he didn't understand until later, before he understood. It wasn't actual prayer I was praying, but I was just trying to endure the pain. So you can see the woman positioned in different ways in the house as men. And then it's for you to open your eyes to see what actually is happening. Some of them too, within that period, they may be urinating very frequently during the labor. With the onset, they may be urinating very frequently. It's all signs. What is happening? As the contraction is going on, the baby is trying to push its way. It's knocking at the way of the mouth of the cervix. The cervix has a mouth. It doesn't contract, it only opens. So that mouth of the cervix, as the baby is knocking and hitting it, is also saying, I go, because the landlord is pushing me out. So the baby too wants to come out. So it will also be forcing itself. And you see the pain. She said, my waist, my lower place is increasing now. That kind of thing. Yes, it's the baby. She's knocking. She's knocking. So the lady gets more pain at that stage. Are we getting it? Okay. Then again, as part of the sign of labor, apart from this contraction that you are having, which is giving you a hard knock, and at getting to the last stage, will now come and be at your bum, as if you have not gone to toilet for long. You feel like pushing something out. Before even that time, there is something that the Almighty God has used to close the mouth of the road. Are we getting it? And we call it show. In the medical term, we call it operculum. So if you go on the distance, you see operculum, it is the show. Nature has blocked the way of the baby with that lighting, mucus. It's like mucus is blocking it. That is nature's way to prevent infection from coming to the baby. When the labor starts, before even it gets to a higher level, they come out. Some people may take 2-3 days coming out without any pain. But when you see, that is giving a warning that the labor is going to actually start. So you should prepare. It's showing itself for you as a warning. So with that, when the contraction starts, it may mix with a little blood. Not with a plenty blood though. A little blood will be there. So when it comes, you say, hey, I've seen some blood in my pants. I've seen some blood in my pants. I've seen some blood. Then you start worrying. But I will tell the lion's tail. That should not scare you. Just show that something is going on. If you are the lucky type, by the time you see that sign, the people will come again, and then before you are aware, you have delivered. But then for some people, it takes time because the month of the service has to take some time to open. And when this one too comes, it's showing you, so you should not be scared at all. When you see it at home, that doesn't mean that the labor has actually started. It's just giving you a sign that you should get prepared. So those who don't pack their things early, they should get everything. That time the man may even help to pack. But if you allow your husband to be packing the thing, you don't show him the list, he may not pack everything. Are we getting that? Some will reach here. Oh, I thought he has put it. Who has put it? You didn't give him the list. All that he sees is what he push inside. But if you let him see the list that this and that in advance, then when he's packing, he say, hey, I didn't see this. Why did you put it? Because at that time, you may not feel like talking too much. Am I telling lies? You don't feel like talking too much, so you don't want him to be disturbed. But he's not disturbing. You didn't prepare him well. But if you show him that this and this and this, then you also know what to put. You will not put it on it. The other day somebody came. A lot of toilet roll inside. The crowd was the crowd were against toilet rolls were many. You see? So these are the things. It is not anybody's fault. When the paste and pack, 6 and 9 months, the thing is already set. Do you understand? But at times, because of our work, you may not get time to buy everything at once. So you are rushing at times. Are we getting? We don't blame you, but just make sure you get the right thing. Are we getting? Now, with the contraction of the labor, the uterus, and the onset of the pain, somebody's own may be just waist pain. Her own may just be waist pain. Here may not be painful. And the waist pain, I bet you, is very painful. It's at times more painful than if you are having the contraction. I don't know why, but the waist pain can be painful. And then it will be drawing you. Maybe it will be as if something is just drawing you, coming into your private part. It is very painful. That is why we call it labor. And the labor is in different stages, as I'm explaining. The first stage is the one that I've told you. The contraction will start, you see the mucus something, and all those things. It's just the first stage. When it really goes into intensity, or it becomes hard, as the road is opening, the second stage, and the road is opening gradually, I think they have told you that the road starts with, when they put their hand, like she said, if the road has not opened, it starts opening by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. That 10 means when I put my hand on the baby can come. That is how the road opens. So the more pain you get, and the more push the baby is giving you, the more weight it will be getting open. Are you getting it? But it is so bad that people shout, they scream, they do. If you do that, the truth about it, by the time you are ready to deliver, You can't push. You have wasted all your energy. That is why we encourage the men to be around. But honestly, some men cannot. We don't force you. I remember one day, a woman, I can never remember, she slapped the husband, not a small slap, a real slap, because she was in agony. And we said that the husband should encourage her to be with her and help her. She gave the man a dirty freedom with the man. In fact, I felt embarrassed. But then, I don't blame her because the pain was so much on her. So I left the man, so I understand. So the man understood. By the time she finished the baby offering, I said, the man didn't take it, anything. He understood because his mind has been prepared. That is what happened. That scene I will never forget. It was a real, if you were not be free with the husband would think that, Osheda. It wasn't Osheda, one Sheda. When the pain was severe, and I said, please stay by her. The man faced her just to embrace her. Do you understand? And he had it. Not a small one. It was very serious. But please, the men, when it happens, he can share that. It's just the impulse that came upon. And I wanted him to handle the man in a better way, and she understood later. So that is it. Now, the second stage of labor is when your time has, the road has full. The road is now fully open. The second stage is another stage that we don't want you to delay there at all. When you delay, it's like you are crashing the baby's head. That is why the midwife, at times when we are not patient, we say, open, because the baby is like you are doing this to the baby. Do you understand? The breathing, you are stopping it and opening, and anything can happen. Do you understand? Then the second stage, then the baby comes out. The moment the head comes out, you don't feel like pushing, but we ask you to push. We ask because the baby is now going to come out with the body. When the head comes out like this, the baby cannot come out. So it turns. God turns to this level so that the baby can now come out safely. The moment it comes out, you see that we give you an injection so that the placenta can be controlled, the bleeding can be controlled. Then we deliver your placenta. We don't give you an equal to the placenta comes. That is the third stage. So that is the end of the actual labor. The fourth stage is when we check your vitals and BP and everything. So during the labor, you see that we'll be checking the baby until I count 10. But if you don't 10, how can we hear the baby? So we plead with you. When it happens, just try and 10 minutes so we can just see how the baby is breathing, and then the things go on. So this is what labor is. The joy of it is that you see your baby and you are glad, then you forget. You understand? God bless you very much. If there is anything
point, like the specific signs and symptoms, like summarize it for us.
you get it.
So when should the woman go?
The woman should come to the hospital when she starts experiencing the pain, at least, as I said, individually comes in. I may be experiencing 2 times in 10 minutes, but my pain may be severer than yours. Do you understand? So depending on the individual, even if you are having it twice, you can come. But or if you see even the show and you have never delivered, nothing happened, you can calm down. We check you. Whatever is happening, we'll tell you whether you have to go or not. Because what I'm saying is that some people may just have a slight pain, like she's going to that. One patient came the other day. The pain was just slight. By the time she reached, she was almost in the active stage. Do you understand? And the husband was really surprised. I said, your wife might be enduring. She didn't show any sign.
Okay, so
the pain, when the pain starts, you can come.
Okay, so at what weeks should they expect their labor?
Labor, individuality comes in again. Like I'm saying, there are some women who deliver 34 weeks. It's natural, the babies are fine. But others may deliver 34 weeks, the baby is premature. So labor actually starts when your pregnancy is 36. That's why people are calling 9 months. The baby can come from 36 months to 36 weeks going. Do you understand?
And then when their waters break, should they come to the hospital?
Yes.
Or they can be at home?
No. As your water breaks, Why I didn't mention that is that many of the times when we are mentioning, they wait till the water to break. That is why I don't lay emphasis on it. But we tell you during answer, when you see your membrane strike, that is the water break, whether you are full term or not, come to the hospital. Do you understand?
So that is always an emergency.
That is all. The breaking of the water is always an emergency. You don't stay at home because you may not even read the bed. If I say it here now, people will be staying at home for the water to break. That's why we advise you at the antenatal. Anytime the water breaks, whether you are in labor or not, whether you are in full term or not, come to the hospital.
Thank you.
You are welcome. All right.